Have you ever noticed a strange smell and thought, it's probably nothing? After 70, our bodies speak to us in new ways, and sometimes those signals come through our nose. As a health specialist, I want to share 8 smells that might seem harmless but can actually be early signs of cancer. Don't worry, this isn't to scare you but to help you stay strong, informed, and in control. Let's begin with something many people notice but often brush off. A foul, sulfur-like smell on the breath, almost like rotten eggs. If that's something you or a loved one has experienced, please don't ignore it. It may seem minor, but this type of odor can signal a serious problem in your digestive system, particularly your stomach. As we age, our metabolism slows down and digestion changes, which can make it harder to notice when something's off. But when this kind of smell becomes frequent, especially if you're not eating differently, it can point to changes caused by illness, including stomach cancer. Your body is wise. When it speaks, we need to listen closely, even if the signs are subtle. Some years ago, I worked with a gentleman named Frank from Tucson, Arizona. He was 74 and proud of never needing to see doctors much. But one day, during a routine family gathering, his daughter leaned over and gently asked if he was okay. She had noticed a strange smell on his breath. He'd been brushing and rinsing, but the odor stayed. For months, he chalked it up to aging or maybe something he ate. But I'd seen this before, and I encouraged him to get a checkup. After a few tests, doctors discovered early-stage stomach cancer. Because they caught it in time, Frank was able to get treatment and is now doing well. What struck me most was how surprised he was. He felt fine. No pain, just that one odd sign. That experience reminded me how easy it is to miss something important when it doesn't scream for attention. What often helps in situations like this is asking your doctor for a simple screening, especially if the bad breath is persistent and unexplained. A non-invasive endoscopy can reveal a lot, and in many cases it's covered by Medicare. It's not about overreacting, it's about taking care of the only body you've got. Remember this, your body is not betraying you. It's trying to help, like a good friend whispering when something's wrong. You deserve to live fully with confidence and peace of mind. Even a small step like asking a question can change everything. The next sign might surprise you. A sweet, fruity smell on the breath, almost like acetone or nail polish remover. While it's often associated with diabetes, in some cases, this can be a warning sign of pancreatic cancer. After 70, the body's chemical balance becomes more delicate. The pancreas helps control sugar and enzyme levels, and when a tumor develops there, it can disrupt how your body processes fats and sugars, leading to this unusual scent. If you or someone close to you notices this smell regularly, and it's not linked to food or medication, it's worth checking in with a doctor. I remember a woman named Evelyn, 76, from Jacksonville, Florida. She was always sharp, lively, and independent. Her daughter mentioned that her breath had a slightly sweet, chemical-like odor, even though Evelyn wasn't eating differently. Evelyn shrugged it off at first. She didn't want to be a bother. But the smell kept coming back, and her daughter gently insisted they get it checked. Blood work showed her glucose levels were fine, but further testing revealed something more troubling: early-stage pancreatic cancer. Because they caught it before it spread, Evelyn was able to begin treatment quickly. She later told me it was her daughter's nose, not any symptom she felt, that probably saved her life. One of the simplest things you can do if you notice a recurring sweet or chemical-like odor is to ask for a blood panel and possibly a pancreatic enzyme test. These are standard procedures and often give a lot of clarity. If something's off, your doctor can guide you through the next steps without delay. Please don't dismiss what your senses are telling you. You have every right to speak up, to ask questions, and to feel good in your own body. Think of your health like a garden. Small signs are like weeds. The sooner you notice them, the easier they are to pull. Here's another one that often goes unnoticed: the smell of mold or mildew on the breath or in the air around someone. It's not the kind of scent you'd expect from the human body, and many chalk it up to environmental factors. But in some cases, this musty odor can be an early sign of lung cancer. As we grow older, our lungs naturally become less efficient, and it's easier for bacteria or fluid buildup to occur. If there's a growth or blockage in the lungs, It can alter how air moves and even change the way your breath smells. This kind of internal change doesn't always come with a cough or pain right away. Sometimes it just smells off. I worked with a man named Harold, 80, from Spokane, Washington. He lived alone and spent a lot of time indoors. His niece came to visit one weekend and noticed that the air in his apartment smelled strange, kind of like an old basement. She thought maybe there was mold on the walls, but after cleaning and airing out the space, the smell lingered. That's when I met Harold. During a routine visit, I picked up on it too, and after asking a few questions, we sent him for a chest scan. It turned out he had a tumor in his left lung. He hadn't been coughing, hadn't felt short of breath, just that smell. Catching it early gave him time to act, and with treatment, he's still enjoying his weekly coffee dates at the local diner. One of the most practical steps if you sense this kind of odor, and it's not coming from your surroundings, is to request a low-dose CT scan of the lungs. It's a simple scan, often covered by insurance, and can reveal issues before symptoms even appear. Please remember, your health is not just in your hands, it's in your awareness. You don't have to wait until something hurts to ask for help. Life gives us whispers before it gives us warnings. You're worth listening to every day and every breath. Now let's talk about something that's often ignored because it feels too normal. A strong, sour body odor, especially when it changes suddenly or becomes more intense. You might think it's just due to age, sweat, or even diet. But in some cases, a persistent, acidic, or ammonia-like smell coming from your skin can be a signal from your lymphatic system. The lymph system helps clean out toxins and protect against illness, and when there's a cancer growing in the lymph nodes or blood, the body's chemistry can shift. That shift can come out through the skin, and it doesn't always come with other symptoms right away. There was a kind woman I met named Dolores, 72, from Des Moines, Iowa. She came to see me because her daughter had been gently mentioning that her body odor seemed different, stronger than usual even after showers. Dolores thought it was her new soap, or maybe her diet. She didn't feel sick, just a little more tired than usual, but her daughter insisted something didn't feel right. When we did a basic blood test, we found that Dolores had an early form of lymphoma. She was shocked. There was no lump, no pain, no fever, but the body had been sending a signal all along. Dolores got treatment, and thankfully, her cancer was found in time. She told me later that she almost didn't come in. Just a smell, she thought. One of the easiest and most important things you can do if you or a loved one notices a change in body odor that doesn't go away with hygiene is to request a full blood count, CBC, and a follow-up with your primary care doctor. These tests are simple, fast, and can provide valuable insight into what's happening inside. Here's what I believe. Even the smallest changes deserve your attention. Your body is always doing its best to protect you. All you have to do is meet it halfway. You're not overreacting, you're being wise, attentive, and brave. Let me tell you about a smell that's harder to describe but impossible to forget. A metallic or blood-like taste or odor in your mouth. Sometimes it's faint, other times it lingers, especially in the morning or after meals. Many people over 70 dismiss this as dry mouth or a side effect of medication. But in some cases, that metallic tang can be one of the earliest signs of blood-related cancers, like leukemia. As we age, our immune system weakens slightly and blood production changes. When abnormal cells begin to grow, they can release proteins and enzymes that subtly change the chemistry of your saliva. That's why this sign often comes before pain, fever, or other noticeable symptoms. I once worked with a retired railroad worker named Ben, 78, from Buffalo, New York. He came in because food had started tasting weird, and his wife mentioned that his breath had a strange coppery smell. Ben figured it was just aging or one of his pills, but we decided to take a closer look. His blood work showed unusual white cell counts. A hematologist confirmed early-stage leukemia. Because he came in early, Ben had more options for treatment and responded well. He still jokes that it was his wife's nose, not a doctor. That saved him. If you're experiencing a metallic taste or your breath smells strangely like coins or rust, bring it up with your doctor and ask for a CBC, complete blood count. It's a simple blood test that can catch abnormalities early, often before other symptoms show up. Please don't brush off what your mouth is telling you. Even if it seems small, it matters. You've spent a lifetime listening to others. Now it's time to listen to yourself. You are worthy of care, of answers, and of feeling like yourself again. If even one of these signs made you pause and think, that's already a powerful first step. Tell me in the comments what felt most helpful or surprising. And if you want more simple, honest health tips like this, please subscribe and hit the bell. You are not alone in this. Your body is not your enemy, it's your ally. And every small choice you make toward care is a step back to strength, confidence, and life.